2022 as an alumni. I am privileged to and take opportunity to extend my personal gratitude to the Government of India, the Ministry of External Affairs, the High Commission and the Assistant High Commission of India in Sri Lanka, providing the gateway to be a part of Indian technical economic cooperation. The Government of India, on the mission of Honorable Shri Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, formulated Neighbourhood First policy on the concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. India has extended its support to SAARC nations in various aspects. Accordingly, India has extended unprecedented bilateral assistance amounting close to $4 million to Sri Lanka in this overcome the economic crisis. Supporting Sri Lanka expeditiously in the economic difficulties and especially recommending Sri Lanka to IMF, World Bank, ADB and AIIB. Also given guarantee to the investors who invest in Sri Lanka. In addition, bilateral development, the projects, almost 3.5 billion infrastructure projects have been carried out and it's ongoing in Sri Lanka. So Sri Lanka also continue to avail of scholarship like ITEC and education, skills, training, premier Indian institution like I studied in St. Stephen's College. This has the ITEC established as speakers mentioned in 1964 as a bilateral program of assistance of the Government of India. This initiative transformed and many lives for better, focusing on training civilian and defense in India nominees for ITEC partner countries, deputation of Indian experts abroad and study tours in order to create proactive outcome of a society and bring a change in many lives. Speaking of change, I would like to quote by Mahatma Gandhi, "We but mirror the world. All the tendencies present in outer world are to be found in the world of our body. If we could change ourselves, the tendencies in the world also change. As a man changes his own nature, so does attitude of the world change towards him." The divine mystery of Supreme. A wonderful thing it is at the source of happiness we need not to wait see others to do. I have always open to empower others and make changes in the society. Likewise, I would like to see when I met her, she said, "This study tour for 3 months will change your life." And also, I would like to, as she currently pointed out, I am making changes in the society. I was selected for the prestigious Young Leaders Neighbourhood First Fellowship of St. Stephen's College, one of the most reputed and highly regarded in the globe. 22 distinguished fellows representing Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and Bhutan, Nepal and Maldives, as my colleague said, from various streams. They are all professionals. Law, administration, civil service, corporate, health, public health, education and policy making. We were there as strangers and we became friends. Now we are a Stephanian family, nurturing the world and making changes in the society. The scope of the program is to learn international relations, bilateral relation, administration and innovation as a South Asian region, South Asian countries, how we can contribute to the rest of the world. St. Stephen's College, Delhi is a foremost college where a lot of minds, shaping minds, which have been shaping not only India but also the world. The exposure from the college was distinguished recognition at the global level. It has produced many policymakers, lawyers, doctors, industrialists, civil servants, diplomats, scientists, economists, and the list can go on. The principals of the college, John Varghese, is my guru now. He taught me an important lesson, how to develop yourself by constantly upgrading, developing ourselves within teaching, and his teaching were high open. His example was how to tame your elephant, like how to constantly focus on a subject and learn our mistakes and learn our weakness and focus on that. Every single day was a new experience, like almost three months we were there, and every single day, every single hour was a new experience, learning environment for us. Not only for myself, but also for my colleagues over there. So we did a lot of traveling, arts, learning experience. India is a multi-diverse country. I always wondered how India is managing their administration. While I was there, I studied traveling and having dialogue with a lot of dignitaries, they treat the Constitution of India as a living organ. Diverse country, like multi-diverse society, it caters, the Constitution of India caters every single Indian citizen. So that is the special point I studied as a legal profession. And also, it's like in law, we always refer evidential cases to Indian cases. And also I studied how the judiciary is so powerful to question and maintain the check and balance of legislature and the executive. So the judiciary is very strong, and also the executive is very strong, and the judiciary is very strong. On my visit to Indian Parliament, I witnessed how the members are so fond of making new policies, dialogues among the other fellow members. Even they are opposition, not like others like shout at opposition. They do shout at opposition, but in a way that they always focus on the growth of India. And also, I also like to recall the meeting with Dr. Shashi Tharoor, former minister, and Amar Patnaik at the Parliament complex, where they shared their views how to run a country in a proper manner. How we are experiencing in the 75th year independence, how India has been transforming into a global recognition. The lessons on the government revenue, taxation, how the distribution has made, and countermeasures taken against corruption has inspired me a lot. Many professional international economy contribute to the international economy, and by producing a lot of CEOs, global level CEOs and chairmen. So Stephanian Manipat Ray, like one of the officials in the finance ministry, he took us the grand tour of the finance ministry and showed us how the things and the system works. Got the privilege to meet Honorable Nirmala Sitharaman, the finance minister, on a sideline event too. Also, I was amazed how the business encouraged by the government, Indian government, not only the central government but also the state government and the municipal governments. So all these governments are encouraging the business people to do more economic productivity and financial productivity. In relation to the diplomacy, meeting with the Foreign Minister Dr. Jaishankar was one of the landmark events, and former Foreign Secretary Dr. Harshvardhan Shringla was an epic moment in my life. Both are from St. Stephen's College. This inspired me a lot how I can become a policymaker in Sri Lanka by incorporating all into one system. Dr. Jaishankar expressed in his speech, foreign policy is not limited to nations itself. Now it matters to individuals. In Sri Lanka, now we can experience how proper foreign policy can help us to overcome issues or lead into chaos. So in relation to science and innovation, we saw how the digital transformation works, how my favorite subject as genomics works, how the genetically transmitted diseases are cured. Everything was taught in this 3-month stay. So finally, I would like to thank again Her Excellency Dr. Adira and former First Secretary Dr. Mr. Krishna Prasad for encouraging me to apply for this program, and also the staff of the Indian High Commission, because they were so friendly. I always tell Madam that it is like my second home. Like how Ms. Deepika, I was struggling to fill the forms. Ms. Deepika was guiding me how to fill the forms and with the proper documentation. But myself and Gajan failed to bring her gifts. And also, one more thing before last, what inspired me most is that when we went to Sri Lanka, people were saying, oh, whoa, you are from Sri Lanka. Like Nepalese people were saying, you are like, we always treat Sri Lankans as Europeans of South Asia. After this Aragalaya and all this financial crisis comes on, the wow came, Sri Lanka. Like, so, like as a young politician, as a young legal professional, as a public office holder, it is my responsibility, every single person's responsibility, to make sure what we learned in India or in the global level should be applicable in the society. And for that, as I mentioned my research paper in India, Sustainable Economy of Tea Industry, we have started working towards uplifting the socio-economy of our society. So this is what the real change needs. This is what the Indian High Commission and the government of India also expects from us. So I take this opportunity to thank every single one of you helped us, and also we expect to contribute to further strengthen the bilateral relationship between Sri Lanka and India. Thank